It's another week. How's it going, everyone? And over to Ben.
I got the music in me. No. That's just weird.
This is, of course, Good Movie Monday, the podcast dedicated to nerdy cinematic ramblings. My name's Glenn Cochran, and the other guy is Ben Helwig. Thank you for joining us for yet another show. As always, we have a great one lined up for you this week. But before we get to that, let's just get that damn social media stuff out of the way, because, it does, drag the show down a bit at the start, but it's important. We need you on board, particularly on YouTube, where you click that notification bell and get notified. Every single subscription makes a difference to us, and not only there, on Facebook, where we drop all of our videos as well. TikTok is a good one, lots of clips there. Some of the funnier moments are put there, and there's been a few lately that have been going off, so that's good to see. Don't forget, you can drop us a message, you can email us, all the good stuff. Help, I guess, steer the show in a direction, give us something to talk about, and we'll do that, and we'll credit you for it. That'd be good. What else? I think Ben's been busy behind the scenes working on our OnlyFans and Chatterbait accounts, so they'll be active soon. Look out for those. And
let me tell you, my rear hole is looking like a smashed pav. I don't really know what that means, but it's gross.
When you showed me, it looked more like a
Viennetta. That's how much I care about you.
I can't wait until it's active and I can jump into it. It's going to be good.
It's active. I just haven't told you about it. I'm tokened up.
Also, if you enjoy the music that we play on this show, because we do play music every single week, you can get your fix via Spotify. We have a playlist called Good Movie Monday, The Music. So go and get some. We have some cool stuff coming up on this episode, Ben. We've got our chat with Lewis Mandylor, making a second appearance on the show. Does that make him part of our podcast family when they come back for more?
Yeah, look, you tell yourself that. Yeah.
Hey, well,
I know that you're the world's biggest Lewis Mandylor fan. So, somehow convincing yourself that you're good friends with him is a big part of your
I got invited to
social
dinner.
development.
I got invited to dinner by him. I know it was a throwaway invite and he didn't mean it, but I'll take it. And of course, you and I are going to have to play that Mandylor challenge, the Costa versus Lewis. That'll be we should do a whole episode on that. Get both the brothers on the show. Let them duke it out.
Yeah, like they should be if they remade the Long Riders. I'd insist that the Mandalors are in there.
His new movie's called Hellhound, and that is out on DVD now, so you can go and watch it. I love this movie. I'll talk a little bit about it when that interview comes up. But also, Jarrett Gunn, with his weekly physical media update, is going to be along. This is a really awesome segment for collectors. Anyone who is interested in what the latest releases are on 4K particularly and Blu-ray, then Jarrett's your man. He's got you covered and talks about all the special features and different technical specs are on those, and it's a very, very cool thing that we do on the show. Our American friends...
Yeah, if you're into... if you're into DVDs, keep walking. Keep walking. This isn't the show for you.
Unless you want Hellhound with Lewis Mandylor, and then this is the show for you. Our good friends from Kentucky in America, the Boneheads from Bonehead Weekly, will be along to drop in and I guess do a little bit of what they do. Their Kentucky twang, bit of, I guess, a swig of the bourbon and talk about, I think they're talking about toilets in movies on this particular segment, so that'll be interesting.
Oh, I love a good toilet. I know, maybe in movies.
Maybe we can talk about that in a little bit as well. And of course, we do have our regular recommendations at the end of the show. And I must say, the triumphant return of Terrific TV Tuesday. Yeah, I know. Get excited. There's one person in this world that's very excited right now. It's not me.
That's this guy.
That's right. How have things been with you, mate? It's been a week. What's been going on?
It's been a bit of a busy week. It's deadline week for work, and we're getting the word out about our new film Grafted, which has just started its... we just released the trailer in the old New Zealand that we will talk about with Jarrett, because Jarrett cut it and I made him say it. He was trying to sneak by under the radar there, but I wouldn't let him get away without giving him the credit that is due. What else has been going on? Apart from, my car alternator failing on a night out and leaving me stranded in the middle of Doncaster, uh, while waiting 3 hours for the RACV and the tow truck, which was great, with a great little adventure. It was my very own after hours, which Jarrett also talks about a bit later.
Never a toilet when you need one either.
No, that was. Let me tell you, it's twice this week where I've had to avail myself of the street toilet, and it is not my preferred place of go. I know it's against the law and it's disgusting, but if you do it on grass, it's okay. It absorbs what it needs to absorb.
I saw this great video this week, actually, last week of teenagers like sewer surfing through like stormwater drains on rubber rafts and stuff. And now I've got this image of you just pissing in the gutter and coming down on them.
Yeah, I'm definitely pissing upstream. So if they drink it downstream, they're in trouble.
That's right.
The thing that's amazing, like I've been overseas on numerous occasions to a couple of the biggest cities in the world, and I will say, what separates Melbourne from those cities is the complete and utter lack of public toilets.
And when you get them, half the time they're locked.
They're totally they're destroyed.
Yep.
It's just you have to run into a Macca's or something to use the toilet because the council just do not do the job which they are employed to do.
It's a disgrace. But
it's a disgrace. Shame. Melbourne Council.
The car situation explains why we're doing this via Zoom this week.
Yes.
But that's
unable to get to Pakenham.
Yeah, that's true.
Your lovely home in Pakenham had to stay home.
All is good. That's fine. It means an easier edit for me. So who am I going to complain?
That is true. That's true. Now I understand it, Glenn. This week, unfortunately, due to a scheduling conflict, I was not able to join you. But you did go and see a very special new film.
Yep.
Alien Covenant. I've seen a couple of glowing reviews on the internet.
Let's back that up. Alien Romulus.
Alien Romulus, sorry, not Covenant. That's the second one.
Yep. Yes.
And some damning reviews from people I know and respect.
This is interesting because I am by now that this episode drops, a lot of people will have seen it. It's past the opening weekend, so there will be a lot of opinions. I mean, I was surprised that within hours of it being released, there were people I know as well that are out there throwing out their opinions. I'm like, Jesus, you must have got up fucking early to see this, or there were advanced screenings that you all caught. But I'm very interested in their perspectives and what they did and didn't like about this film. Look, I'm gonna go out and say, look, I didn't love the film. I didn't hate the film. I think there's a lot of good stuff in it, and it's a movie that I'm really looking forward to revisiting because I still had a lot of fun. And the one thing that stood out to me the most was how accurately and how well they recaptured the look and the tone and the essence of the original 1979 film. It looks as if we're watching an extended cut of that almost. So
it's more thriller, less action than Aliens?
It's thriller horror, I should say. It is very much cut from the cloth of the same the original movie. And even to the point that all of the computer monitors are monochrome and all the buttons are fat and chunky. They have designed it as if they were in the 70s and that's what they perceive the future to look like. So that was awesome. What I didn't like about it, which is
industrial sci-fi.
Yeah, 100%. And particularly what I said in a review I wrote about it was, I think it's a really strong opening act and a really strong final act, and it just flounders in the middle a little bit. And the middle bit is where it goes very formulaic and a little bit overindulgent. There's a lot of I'm not going to give away spoilers, but the vessel that they're on is infested with face huggers. And I think Fede Alvarez, the director, got a little bit carried away with making them really sort of agile, and that's where the computer effects really come into it. And if he'd stuck to practical, it would have been a lot more effective. But look, overall, a really, really decent film. It does throw in a lot of references to the original. They went through the promo leading up to this for a good 12 months saying this is standalone, it's not connected in any way whatsoever, but it's incredibly connected. It's it relies on the original.
I haven't seen anything I've not seen I haven't seen the trailer. I haven't read a synopsis. I have no idea what it's about.
Okay.
I just assume that is this about, does Noomi Rapace finally have that baby to make her a real woman, like in
No, so this story,
Prometheus?
look, I don't want to I'm not going to spoil it for you, but just to give you some context and anyone that hasn't seen it, the story takes place between Alien and Aliens, so it's almost like 1.0 or 1.5, I should say. And the story begins on a mining planet that's controlled by the Wyland Corporation. And it's about a girl whose employment or contract has reached its end and she's ready to be released from contract. But they then double down and say, oh, we've extended it for 5 years. You've got 5 more years of hard labor. So feeling, like she hasn't got that in her, she groups with another lot of disgruntled employers and they steal a ship and escape the planet, fleeing the Wayland Corporation. And realizing they haven't got enough oxygen in their tanks, they dock at an abandoned space station, which is infested. So that's
infested.
Yep. And where it connects, cool. I'm not going to tell you how it connects to the original, but it is a direct connection. But it also references Prometheus in a very strong way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm definitely intrigued to see. I do want to check it out, and I've been looking for an excuse to go down to There's a new cinema that's opened across the road from the IKEA down my way. Yeah. I've been looking for an excuse to go and
nice
and use. So I will check that out. You know what I did see this week?
Yep.
Was the new, I didn't realize it was an Aussie film, and it is called, I can never remember. It's got like a really kind of what is it? The art of
After the Fall? I don't know what you're talking about.
Life After Fighting.
No, I don't know this one.
Life After Fighting. That Annette, a good friend Annette, is repping. Right. It's a martial arts movie. Like it's like a really good. Yeah, it's like a really good kind of Van Damme type, or maybe not Van Damme, maybe Scott Atkins. But
next best thing.
Next best thing to Van Damme, or Van Damme in Van Damme's blood sport kickboxer kind of era.
Yep.
A thing about a Taekwondo instructor who was the world champion, and he retired. He kind of threw, as it comes out through the film, he kind of threw his last fight because he was just over it. He was just like, I just need to, but seemingly all the fans could kind of tell. And now the current world champ, he all the fans don't think he really is the world champ because he hasn't beat this guy, and he's like, I'm like 10 years older than I was when I was in my peak, kind of thing. And, and that's what you think the film is, but that is like almost a C plot,
right,
to the story. There's it's 2 hours. It's a 2 hour kind of, action spectacular. And it does, like, it's great because you kind of think for the first 3/4 of it, the fights are all bloodless. He just beats people up. Then in the last third of the film, when things really get full on, the gore turns up.
Nice. The
violence, the blood, the killing, it's all there.
It's what we're there for.
Yeah, it's a really interesting film. And the guy who stars in it also directed it. I can't remember his name. It's Ben or it's not Ben, but he's Bren something or another, who I've never heard of. I don't know who he is, but he must be like some kind of a world champion. He's built like a brick shithouse, and he's great.
Yep.
But very, very enjoyable film. I'm sure it'll be coming out here locally pretty soon. I don't have the details in front of me, unfortunately.
Is it a digital only, or is it getting physical release?
That's a good question. I can look it up.
Because, I'm intrigued, and I saw this passing through my email, actually. Didn't heed much attention, but I probably need to go back and have a look at that. If it was,
I reckon you would fucking love it.
You know what? If it was digital only, that's probably why I didn't give it a second glance, just because of the way, as you know, the way my work works, it revolves around physical media releases. So just being busy, and that's probably why. But I'm definitely keen.
It is, yeah. It is coming out from October 21st, from August 21st, I should say, on rent or buy digital on SVOD platforms, including Amazon, Apple, Foxtel, Google Play,
Excellent.
YouTube, and Fetch.
That explains that, but
Uh,
I'm definitely keen.
I think it's 125 minutes. Yeah, Bren Foster is the guy's name, the
Hmm.
lead. With Cassie Howarth is the kind of love interest character from Home and Away
Cool.
and stuff like that. Yeah, it is definitely if you like that kind of old school 80s martial arts, then a martial arts movie, you will love this. And once again, I love when the main character is basically Mr. T. Like everything, he's doing it for the kids.
Yeah.
He's always working at the community center. He's doing it for the kids. You know, it's great. And that's what this film is. But then it does go super dark. You do not expect it to go as dark as it does, which is great, which makes it even more watchable.